Welcome guys, we have another game here. This time we have Slice playing as the Ottomans in the color yellow against his opponent playing as the Abbasid Dynasty in the color purple. It's Avely. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. This is high view and it's a map that is hated by many because their resource respawn, it's kind of wild. And I don't know if it happened here, but I'm just looking at this wood line. I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful wall here that you can put in your base. Very cheap wall. You can pretty much wall whatever. It's one of those maps that the resources are kind of like very far away sometimes, and usually sometimes they are like one-sided. Like in one side you have a lot of food, and the other side you have like nothing. And sometimes I've seen like food spawning here on the, like literally at the corner. That's the boar. And like if you don't scout the corner, you will never know there's a boar here. It's kind of wild. It is kind of wild. Let me know what you think about this map, because for me it's like if I can choose between Dry Arabia and High View, I think I prefer I prefer Dry Arabia. It's way more balanced. It's a classic, I think the other day I was watching I was watching EGCTV tournament. Make sure to tune in for the Master of the Realms. I think that I pronounced correctly. I don't know. It's great. It's great. They're having some great matches going on out there on EGCTV. And one of the comments was someone was saying like, hey, basically, why is Dry Arabia not dry? I was like, why are we having this biome? Now, I'm not exactly sure what this biome is, but I know there are some rules in the tournament that they need to put a specific biome for, for all the matches. So every match looks like the same. Like this biome is, I think it's the one they use, if I'm not wrong, but it's pretty much like this. And we have so many biomes that make the game look so different that I don't know why will they do that. I don't know why they do that. And I really enjoy like the Dry Arabia with this desert biome, when you see like everything's like a desert and the watercolor is different. It's like it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And sometimes you get it on ranked matches, sometimes you don't. But I would love to see some tournaments changing the biome from time to time, or maybe having an option where you create a custom game, like what kind of biome you want, and you just choose random, and that way you will fix it. Otherwise you will pick, I don't know, maybe the biome that you're more familiar with, which for me, to be honest, I don't think it really affects me the way the map looks, except the one that they put on the winter event, where I think it's beautiful. It's like full of snow, but I think it was hard to read where were the units, so that's kind of wild. Except for that one, I think I'm very fine with all the biomes that this game have. Like, you even have the Japanese Sakura biome, which is beautiful with all those pink trees and everything. I think it's great, but we don't see those. And I want to know, let me know in the comments if you know why is that happening. Why will they put the same biome over and over again for pretty much every tournament? I feel like there is. But anyway, let's get back into the game because it's gonna get really spicy. Ottoman's not aging up with the classic landmark, the one that spawns the berries. It's gonna be the Sultan Hani trade network, which already give you 3 traders right off the bat. And this is not a bad trade post, to be honest. It's on the back. You can easily wall this, and it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Like, recently I've been seeing a lot of players going for this landmark instead of the what was the name of the other landmark? I just forgot. Like I used to play Ottoman a lot, and somehow I just forgot. But anyway, the berry bushes landmark, that is infinite food forever. And they say it's not really worth it, but it's not really worth it to go for the trade one, but hey, you know, let's see how it goes. Everybody have 3 traders inside, giving 54 gold a minute. You don't really need to... That's the cool thing about this. You don't really need to go and, you know, just expose yourself at the beginning, especially when you just start the game. You don't have many military units, and you cannot defend the trade. And against Abbasid, they already have some units out, so if they spot your traders, it's gonna be like, hey, that's really bad. I don't have anywhere to, you know, to protect them. So a couple of military schools are already there for Slice. Having a stable and an archery range. It's the classic combo Sipahi archers from the Ottomans you usually see in the Feudal Age. Meanwhile, Avely, already there with the second town center. He's gonna be putting it on the deer. So he's gonna be having a great time. The classic 2TC Abbasid. It's like he's building an archery range for himself. So it's gonna be fighting in the Feudal Age for a while. Normally, you don't want to rush castle with Abbasid when you already go 2TC. That's too greedy. You know, that's too greedy. Especially if your opponent already have a couple of military schools, he will use them. He will use them, and you need to protect. You need to protect for some time, and then you can go castle. But let's see how Avely deals with it. This is one of, I think it's the toughest time for the Abbasid, where they are the most vulnerable, and they just need to defend this town center because this is very exposed. It's at the front of the base. There is no way you can wall here. A wall here will be very, very expensive. So most likely Avely will use it on units. So this is a time where the Abbasid is really, really vulnerable. And let's see how he deals with the Ottoman aggression at the beginning. You already have a couple of archers out there. Looks like he got a Vizier point for more sheep. Nothing like having free sheep for you. Well, more villagers on the stone. Looks like he's gonna go for a second town center himself. Not gonna be ultra aggressive at the beginning. He's gonna be playing a little bit more carefully. Already have enough stone. Most likely he will grab enough to another military school. No, never mind, he's just gonna put the town center there. Next to the deer as well. Unlike Avely, Sly got a little bit lucky with the spawn because you can just wall here. And that's it. You're protected. Like all these resources are protected. You can have a very cheap wall. I suspect he's gonna go for this type of walls. I think he's thinking about it. This is a great spot. Protects the gold, protects the stone and the wood line. So I will say it's a better spot compared to the Avely's town center. And looks like Sly's just gonna go with those Ipagi. Is to have a raid. Managed to kill a villager actually, so not a bad trade for him. Not a bad trade. Just with a handful of units, just go there and snipe some villagers. Meanwhile, Avely just pumping more units. Looks like it's gonna have more spearmen coming for him. Just a couple of production buildings going on already in the golden age, so his economy is gonna be blossoming. Let's go and take a look at the income per minute. Meanwhile, let's not forget about the trade. Slice is creating traders already. 120 gold per minute. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. That is passively. So technically he doesn't need to gather any gold. There you go. No gold at all. And he is actually, you know, having enough gold just to get those upgrades out there. You know, having a great time. Looks like he's gonna put an outpost next to the gold vein. It's kind of exposed. It's kind of exposed, like it's at the front, so he's gonna be careful here. Meanwhile, Avely getting more units out. Actually have the numbers to take a fight. He just needs to find a fight. Yeah, and usually as the Abbasid, you're in the defensive side because, you know, the longer the game goes, the better it is for you. It looks like he's gonna go for it. And he doesn't have a scout. So everything's gonna be pitch dark in those stealth forests. It's such a cool feature that this game has. Like you can just go inside a stealth forest and just lose all kind of vision. It looks like he will spot the second town center. And looks like he's pulling back for now. Now, the Ottomans may not have the numbers, but they do have a couple of military schools. And they can pump units faster, like Sipahi come out in 25 seconds. Like, those blacksmiths are really, really good for increasing the military production. You don't have access to military academy upgrade in the Castle Age, but you can get those blacksmiths, and with the influence ratio, you can increase the production speed of those units. Looks like they already have a ram coming up for him. That's a cool thing about the Abbasid, they don't really need to research siege engineering. He has no other blacksmith upgrades whatsoever, so it's gonna be having a tough time against the Ottomans. He's already on +1 range attack and range armor, so I'd say one ram here, it's kind of risky. It's kind of risky. Mech there, looks like it's gonna be taken down. And looks like the archers from the Ottomans are still holding. Still standing. Ram still alive, but looks like it's gonna go down. Not much HP left, but Slice lost all his military units. And that's the problem with going with only one Ram. I feel like if you do this, with a couple of those, you could have a successful push where you just have a more chance to take down this town center. But now, you just lost some of your army, and town center still alive, not alive and kicking. There's a lot of debris inside, but it is working. It is working. So definitely not a good fight for Avely. Definitely a good one for Slice. You can tell how all those upgrades work in his favor. He's gonna go for the deer now, having plenty of food for him. Looks like he was trying to macro for going into the Castle Age for some reason. Scouts gonna get spotted here, and not without the intel that his opponent is actually building an outpost next to the deer. Walls coming up from this area, which is great. Fortunately, Avely doesn't have the same luck with the woodline spawn, but he's going for the economic wing. And it's gonna be up in 1.5 minutes. Meanwhile, the Ottomans, it's just gonna be needing quite a couple of minutes more just to age up. The good thing is that they can just rush to the Castle Age if they want, right? You can assign like a lot of villagers and just rush it. That's the cool thing about I like Age of Empires 4 compared to Age of Empires 2, where you just decide when you want to age up. In Age of Empires 4 is much more complex. You decide when you want to age up, where you want to age up, unless you're Abbasid, and how fast you want to age up. So the complexity of things is just really, really different. Not only that, but you need to decide which landmark you want to age up. So it's the variety of things is quite good. It's quite good. I really like it a lot. Looks like more walls are coming for Avely. And the Ottoman player just waiting, you know, just waiting. He knows he's gonna go castle anytime soon, and he's just waiting. Here we have a lot of villagers on the goal, so I think he suspects his opponent's gonna go for the Castle Age. It's like no emplacements on this outpost, so gonna be just getting those villagers inside. And Slice is building that MIA just with 8 villagers. Not really rushing it, but it's not gonna take long. Meanwhile, veterancy for archers and bootcamp is coming for Avely. Definitely what you need when you have 27 archers on the field. You really want that veterancy upgrade, and composite bows as well. Well, more units coming for the Ottomans. Let's take a look at his production buildings. Still very, very little. Looks like he's gonna pump more production buildings. There you go, a couple of barracks and the stable. Looks like he's building a lot of production buildings, actually. Gonna have the blacksmith in the middle. Wonderful stuff. And looks like now he's going for to finish the job he started before. And luckily for him, Slice didn't really repair the town center, so he can continue where he left at. mech there, just gonna be pumping that DJ music. And Sly reaches the castle age. Looks like there are enough archers to deal with the Sipagi. And this is not a fight you want to have. I mean, those archers are veterans, so you're gonna have a really tough time here. You're gonna have a really tough time. Composite bows coming just at the right time for Avely. Gonna getting those upgrades. And now these guys will shoot really fast. More archers coming for him. It's gonna be archers and ghulams, and he's already at the base. Looks like a lot of villagers will just be running away. Now the good thing about the Ottoman is that he does have access to the mangonel. He just needs to wait a little bit. And he will be able to deal with that archer mass. Like, hello? Nothing like 1 minute and 20 seconds of anxiety for the Ottoman player to deal with 39 archers. More ghulams are coming into the base. Looks like it's gonna be the ghulam spam. And no relics being picked up at the moment for bot players, so there's plenty of room for doing that. They're just focusing on fighting. Fertile Crescent going up for Avely. I'll be thinking about that farm transition really soon. Only have a 1 berry patch and a deer pack left. Like, he's gonna finish the job. The ram gets built, and the lancers arrive just at the right time. But the composite bows on these archers are just doing a really good job for him. They're doing quite a lot of damage. Despite being against lancers, they actually do not so bad. But he's losing his mass. For sure. But not so without taking down the town center of the Ottoman player. So definitely it's gonna be worth it for him. More ghulams are coming, as well as crossbows. It's like archers are just not gonna cut it now. You just need so many to kill one unit. And looks like the villagers don't arrive on time to repair the town center. He's just gonna giving it up, you know. It's like, I already have 88 villager units. Villager units. I don't need it. Military Academy coming up for Avely. Skipping a lot of economic upgrades, actually, so eco-wise, it's not gonna be... It's good, but he's focusing a lot of the military. A lot. He's just pumping those units out. And the mangonel comes out, and looks like it's gonna be right on time to hit those archers. It's like Avely notices. And that mangonel shot managed to only hit a couple of those, and looks like he's gonna lose the mangonel. Archers just dealing a lot of damage to that mangonel, actually almost taking it down. It looks like villagers are repairing it. Looks like he will have to go back for the moment. Ghulam will finish the job. Hero of the day for him. Plus 1 melee armor coming for Slice. As well as more eco upgrades coming up for him. Meanwhile, Avely having superiority in numbers, but most of them are archers, which is not really what he needs at the moment. And he lost his front line, which is a lot of ghulams. He did take down the town center, but his opponent already got a lot of benefit from it, so I don't think it's gonna make much of an impact. He is still ahead on villager count. A single archer just around the base. Very brave, very brave. Meanwhile, Slice looks like he's gonna start the Ottoman snowball. We're having, let's take a look at how many military schools. Already 4, so 4 military schools. Quite a lot of production building, so it's gonna pump those units out. It's gonna pump those units. Quite a lot of lancers. Is he building? He's just building crossbow from these military schools. Meanwhile, Abbasid looks like he's gonna hit a jackpot here with... There's a lot of villagers going down. Not enough time to garrison into the outpost. Unfortunately, he loses a lot of villagers. Very well done by Avely. He managed to find the jackpot here. Meanwhile, more units pumping for him. Veterancy for those spearmen coming as well. And the Ottoman keep pumping units with a mangonel. And remember, most of his army is just archers, so it's not gonna be as effective as the Ottoman army, which is basically composed of lancers and man-at-arms and sipahi. Gotta be careful not to lose those lancers against those spearmen. Mangonel misses the shot. More units coming from the Ottomans, and at this point in the game the Ottoman can just pump units non-stop. Especially when they get those for free. Just gonna pump those units really fast. It's like Sprinkle gonna go down at the same time of the Mangonel, and no worries, another one is coming home. Looks like Avely will lose his front line. It's mostly have archers for now. The Ottomans just keep pumping units. Keep pumping those man-at-arms. Keep pumping, you know, those sipahi, those lancers. And Avely just having archers. I mean, composite bows is good, but not against heavy armor units. Not against those, especially when you don't have +2 range attack. It's not gonna be as effective. A ram for some reason coming here. It's gonna ram those units. I think in Age of Empires 2 you can actually attack with a ram to the infantry units and you deal quite a lot of damage, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do. I really love how Age of Empires 2 units look. It's like a different style, like more realistic. And if you zoom in, they have so much style going on in them. Looks super cool. Finally, +2 range attack coming out for Avely. Will have worked very well a few minutes ago. The Wolf working for Slice at the moment. Sorry, working for Avely. Looks like he's putting those outposts here. The thing about this map is you need a lot of outposts just to have vision on those stealth forests. You need to have the intel. The Wolf and the villager working together for a greater cause. This man will not capture the secret site. He's not gonna make it. And I think the Wolf and the villager will finally take down the Imam. And they decide to leave. Actually, I'm not gonna attack you. We are pals. That's exactly what happened here. More man-at-arms coming out for a slice, and another mangonel. That's the cool thing about having free siege, is that you always have mangonels at the disposal. That was a good shot. That was a very, very good shot. Meanwhile, Avely, despite having such a good economy, he's almost 30 villagers ahead. He's still with the problems of the unit count, not being able to cause any kind of damage to Slice. He did find quite a good number of villagers, but I feel like with those military schools out, the economic damage doesn't feel as great as it should be. Crossbow numbers for Slice up to 23 at this moment, so it's just gonna be really really tough to push into the Ottoman front line. And just for the first time in the game, the Ottomans actually in the base of the Abbasid. Slice will get some map control, putting the keep in the middle. It's not really protecting any kind of resource, but he's just, you know, kind of like asserting the dominance. Asserting dominance to your opponent. Like, hey, this, if you want to go to your base, to my base, you have to go through here. And it's like this, like the way of saying, I'm pushing into your base, you're not pushing into mine. I have a keep, and you have to deal with that. It's not one of those keeps, you know, for defend resources. This is just to assert your dominance. This is just to send a message to your opponent. That's it. It's a flexing keep. That's what it is. It's a flexing keep. Siege workshops are gonna go down. Unfortunately for Avely, he won't be able to get those trebuchets out. Only have one on the field. Looks like I have another siege workshop here. Yeah, yes, he does. Meanwhile, relics just being captured. Looks like the sacred site remind him, hey, actually there is relics in this game. Let's gonna go get those. And Mangonels is also there as well for Avely, so he's gonna be shooting at those crossbow mass. Managed to get a really decent shot here. Chaos happening everywhere in this map. Trebuchet just taking down this outpost. Gonna lose the vision. Never mind. Vision still there for Slice, and he's just pumping units. Just pumping units. It's getting boiling oil for this keep, so it's gonna be quite it's quite hard to beat without siege. It's gonna be quite hard. A couple of sprinkles. Actually, they're gonna shoot, but they say never mind. Let's just go back. And well, more spearmen coming out for Avely. He's having a good time with the food here. Looks like his farm transition pretty much finished for the moment. Slice keeps pushing into the middle of the base. Well, Mangonels, who needs a trebuchet when you have a couple of Mangonels shooting at those barracks? He's losing quite a lot of production buildings. Actually, Avely had a lot of production buildings. 6 barracks, 6 archery range left. Gonna lose the trebuchet here. And looks like this keep is just gonna keep on rolling. Tipaki going for a raid. And Slice, just like this, he killed 59 villagers. He was behind a few minutes ago, and now he's ahead. He's just ahead. He killed 61 villagers. Just sending all those units everywhere in the map. Looks like Avely needs to protect this side, but an outpost with emplacement is already here. Gotta be careful. He's losing some villagers here in the gold. Crossbow numbers still really looking good for the Ottoman player. Capturing sacred site at the same time. Mangonels just being so annoying. 3 Mangonels already there on the field. Trebuchet. This is the Ottoman siege, man. This is the Ottoman siege. But looks like the Ottomans will have to retreat for the moment. He's losing quite a lot of military mass. He did a lot of damage though, but he cannot keep pushing. He needs to pull back for the moment. And he does have plenty of gold. He is indeed. Starts trading. Look at this. The market. How much gold? 87 a gold per trip. How much traders he have? 18 traders. So this is gonna get really scary. And he can potentially go to Imperial really soon. Let's take a look at his base. Let's look at how many farms he has. Only 30 farms, so not really ready for it yet, but he does have quite a lot of gold. He can sell some, go to Imperial if he wants. Gold, it's plenty for the Ottoman player. Meanwhile, sprinkle numbers starting to increase for Avely. Why is this sprinkle different from this? Am I blind? Or maybe it's just a sprinkle that came out from the infantry units. Another push here. Looks like Avely will take down the Ottoman Springles, and he will have to pull back unless he loses this one. He says, never mind. Managed to take another Mangonel. This is very good for Avely. Looks like he's gonna have a time to make a push here. A couple of trebuchets also coming for the Ottomans. Plenty of food coming for him. Either keep pumping those siege units, or just, you know, go for a front transition, go to Imperial at this point in the game. I think about it as well. Sacred Victory approaching at the same time. Remember, there are outposts here, and they have emplacements, so it's not gonna be really easy for Avely to push into the sacred sites. Already have a keep next to a sacred site, and this place also very hard to push. So it's gonna be a tough one for Avely for sure. It's gonna be a tough one. Still have some gold in the base left, but the big one, it's kind of inaccessible for him just yet. Looks like he went for a 3TC recovery. It's a classic. I like to do that as well. Like, let's go for 3TC. Nothing like a 3TC recovery. Like, no matter how many villagers are dead, we will recover for this. Istanbul Observatory on the way for the Ottoman player. Let's see where is it? Should be on the back, I think. Never mind, it's here. It's here with quite a lot of production buildings also coming out for him. It looks like we're not gonna see Janissaries left yet. It's just gonna see man-at-arms and crossbows. I kind of miss the era of the Ottoman fast Imperial meme that was going on quite a few months ago. I never got to try it. Like, after watching the Ottomans play, I really want to play them again. It's like a slice already reached the Imperial age. Avely can potentially go as well, but he's having a gold issue. He's having a gold issue and he needs to fix it now. Not only a gold issue, there is a sacred site victory approaching. And there is an Ottoman army waiting for you to go and decap that sacred site. Culture wing, it's gonna be the choice for Avely, not thinking about trading. I mean, where can you trade here when your opponent is already... It's a very tough position because he's denying your gold and he's also denying your trade. Great Bombard on the making for the Ottomans. Quite a lot of military production buildings coming up for him. Looks like he does have... Let me confirm, he went for the Vizier point for having those freelancers and Janissaries coming out from the military school, so you're gonna see 3 knights coming out for him. Biology coming out as well as veteran spearman. Looks like he's gonna go for elite spearman soon. Quite a good unit in the Imperial Age. And the Magonel Siege starts again, this time with 1 Janissary. It's like, no worries guys, I have weapons, real weapons, not like your swords. I do have real weapons. It's like Avely will try to push here in this map. This area is very important for him. He already have the trebuchet and he has his military here and another mass here. Looks like he does have the numbers to defend at the moment. Plenty of spearmen out there for Avely. Spearman and crossbows. Looks like elite man-at-arms are already there for Slice. Janissaries not upgraded yet. Meanwhile, Sacred Site victory, 4 minutes left, and Avely reaches the Imperial Age. It's plenty of gold for him to get out those upgrades. I'm gonna want to get this one first, because those Imperial upgrades are quite expensive. More units coming for Slice. Looks like he's gonna go for another raid with this Sipagi squad. Not elite Sipagi jets coming just now. In just a number of seconds, those Sipagi will have the best look of their life. They look quite impressive in the Imperial Age. One of the best looking units in the game. More Janissaries coming up for Slice. Elite army tactics coming up as well. Meanwhile, Avely prioritizing those Springal superiority. Roll the short triggers. I don't know if they do have the same. They don't. He doesn't have the upgrade. These guys have 12 range. Attack range. So they will be able to take down those Springals. Managed to take down 3 Springals in just a number of seconds. Managed to take down all the Springals of his opponent. However, there are bigger things to worry about. And I'm sure it's coming soon. There is a big boy. Who is a big boy? The Great Bombard. And 3 Springals won't make it. You need quite a lot more. Quite a lot more. Looks like Slice coming back for the moment. It's like, okay, let's chill, let's chill. We can keep trading the whole time. It's like Avely got the gold back, so he will be able to recover for now. He doesn't have any defensive structure, so it's gonna be quite risky for him. It's just gonna be elite spearman and crossbowman. Slice gonna go for the man-at-arms and Janissaries. We're pretty much about everything. Classic Ottoman late game, just bombards, Janissaries, man-at-arms, knights, just whatever. Everything on the mix. I want everyone here on the field. Meanwhile, still trading. He didn't actually build more traders, just left at 18, which I find it really surprising. It's like Avely will protect this position with a keep. Very, very important position. Have a couple of gold veins and a big one here. It's like a Slice won't be able to finish those keeps, those outposts. So it's like he's gonna start torching. Meanwhile, elite Janissaries coming out for Slice. Look at that. They look so cool now. There you go, elite Janissary. Slightly more health, but very cool unit. Keeper right here. You can potentially think about trading. Okay, that's half the numbers. You need to deal with the big boys here. Already 3 bombards on the field. That's not a unit you want to encounter. And in the late game, it's mostly about, you know what, I'm gonna keep putting pressure, gonna keep, you know, killing villagers and whatsoever. And I won't be able to finish the game. So in the meantime, the main army needs to be built. Your main army for the Ottomans is just the bombards. It's just the bombards. And you know, all those free units that you get. Those man-at-arms, you know, the units that will die pretty quickly. And the bombards are already here. And they're gonna deal with everything, pretty much. There's no number of sprinkles that can take down 3 bombards on the field. They're actually very good at taking down units as well. Looks like he's gonna focus on the monasteries. Not gonna bring those relics back home. It's kind of like taking Jerusalem. Pretty much the same. More units coming for Slice, and looks like Avely doesn't have the economy to support any kind of comeback. And looks like this is gonna be it for Avely. I already have a couple of bombards here doing God's work. Janissaries on the field and not enough military units going out for Avely. A lot of Zipagi, look at that. Elite Zipagi, one of the best units in the game. Best looking units. Actually, it's kind of a good one. I'm thinking about stealing those relics. Actually, he did steal one, I think. Or not? Maybe not. Oh, there you go. There's another one coming here. And Avely taps out. Well played by these 2 players. Oh my god, these great bombards. You love them or you hate them.